All right, thanks so much. Well, when the kids go back to school, and they are, you'd think life would get easier when in fact it actually gets way more complicated. Linda Duval from PikesPeakOnTheCheap.com is here with some advice to get us all organized. Good morning.
Hopefully, yeah. Well, you know, it's a tough time of year because there's so many new things to deal with.
Yeah.
There's lunches, there's homework, there's, you know, transportation.
Yeah. And you're coming off a summer schedule, and now it's kind of like everything has to be reworked, right?
And if you take some time to get organized, you can save money, you can save gas, which is money, you save time, and save your sanity.
That's the best part.
Which is priceless.
Let's talk about that, because you have some suggestions to save more time and your sanity. And one of the things you need to think about is having the right tools to make sure that you can get organized, right?
A lot of we surveyed a bunch of parents actually for this.
Oh, cool.
And one of the suggestions was to get one of those big calendars from like Staples or Office Depot or something that has the big squares and write down everything as you know about it right now. Every soccer practice, every swim practice.
I do
every
that.
Ballet
I do it on my Google Calendar, but I start now.
Right, but you need something you can post at home. A whiteboard.
And that way the whole family can see it, right?
So everybody can see it and everybody knows what's going on.
What about timing? What do you mean by that?
Timing. Get every kid their own alarm clock.
Oh.
They need to start taking responsibility for getting themselves
That's a good idea.
One little girl, mom said her little girl has a Minnie Mouse giggle on her alarm clock.
Whatever
so she
works.
loves waking up to that, you know. A teenager might want, you know, some rap music or something, but get them something that they respond to.
Okay. The other thing we're talking about is transportation, and this is a big one, and there's actually some options out there, right?
There are, because first of all, you need to organize a carpool if your kids don't ride the bus.
Right.
And if you can find a couple of other dependable parents, that's great. Older kids like junior high and high school could ride city buses a lot of times to their schools, and this city had the Mountain Metropolitan Transit people have an 85 cents a day fee for students, which is half the adult fare. They also have this program called School Pool. So if you can't find another parent to carpool with, they will help match you up to someone
who's
who
in
goes
your school.
To your same school.
That's a great idea, because some people say, I'd love to carpool, but I don't know anyone that might need to do the same thing.
Maybe you're new to the school or something, you don't know anybody else.
So that phone number is 385-RIDE, is that correct?
385-RIDE.
385-RIDE. Okay, let's talk lunches and clothing.
Lunches, it's really cheaper and probably more nutritious to pack your kids' lunch. Some kids don't want to do that, but if they do it the night before and refrigerate it. You don't want to be arguing at 7 a.m. whether they want tuna or they want peanut butter.
Right.
You know, it's not the time to be doing that. Okay,
that makes sense.
So get that done the night before. Clothing, I love this one. One mom says she has 3 little girls, and she has a fashion show every night before they go to bed, and they each lay out their outfit they're going to wear, including the accessories, so you're not running around looking for the pink hair ribbon that goes with the pink dress or whatever, and shoes and everything, and that way they know exactly what they're going to wear.
Yeah, I lay out my daughters the night before. Well, now she does, because she's at the age where she wants to pick her own outfits, but I have to prove it. But yeah, so lay it out the night before. That's going to save a lot of time as well, especially that transition from summer to back to school, because they have to get up earlier in a lot of times, and it's like kind of difficult.
Hair and do it.
All right. And you say homework, make sure you have like, a set schedule, a plan, maybe a homework station.
And if your kids are old enough to take responsibility, have them do it right after they get home from school. If not, then maybe right after dinner you can all sit down and help them with their homework.
What do you mean by bin? Is that just kind of a way to keep things organized? One mom that
responded says she buys those colored bins from like, the dollar store or something, and each child has a bin by the back door where they come into the mudroom or something, and when they come in, everything goes into that. Their lunch sack, their backpack, their homework, everything.
I like that.
And that way it's all in one place. And then so if a child has a schedule for school or a calendar or something, it's in there all the time. Just clean it out every so often so you don't have old stuff.
And we're out of time, but of course emergencies, you need to make sure you've got all those contact numbers in place as well, and a plan for how we do that. All right, well, you've got all these tips, if you missed some of them, on her website. It's PikesPeakOnTheCheap.com, and she always posts great family events and ways to save money, so be sure to check it out. Thanks, Linda.
Thank you.
The time now is 8:51. We'll be right back.